The Haunting of Room 714. Jason and Lucy checked into the hotel late that afternoon, ready for a relaxing weekend away. The room, 714, was nothing out of the ordinary, clean, functional, and quiet. After dropping off their bags and taking a quick look around, they decided to head down to the pool to unwind. An hour later, they returned, dripping with the remnants of their swim and joking about what to eat for dinner. As Jason pushed open the door to their room, he stopped dead in his tracks. "Lucy, look at that," he said, his voice tinged with unease. Lucy followed his gaze to the window. There, smudged against the glass, were small handprints, dozens of them, tiny, unmistakable, and scattered as if made by children. "That wasn't there before," Lucy whispered, her voice barely audible. Jason stepped closer, his heart pounding. He pressed his hand against the glass, tracing one of the prints with his finger. They weren't outside. They were on the inside of the window. "There's no way we missed this earlier," Jason said, glancing at Lucy. She had backed away, her arms crossed tightly over her chest. They discover eerie handprints inside their window, leading them to uncover a haunting story linked to room 714. "I don't like this," she muttered. The room seemed colder now, the air heavier. Jason tried to rationalize it, maybe a prank, maybe the housekeeping staff, but the thought didn't hold up. Who would leave small handprints on the inside of a hotel room window? Uneasy, they decided to head downstairs. At the front desk, Jason leaned over the counter and called for the clerk. "Hey," he began, forcing a calm he didn't feel. "I've got a weird question. Are there any stories about this hotel, like anything unusual?" The man behind the desk looked up from his computer. His face was blank at first, then softened into something that resembled understanding. "Room 714, right?" he asked. Jason felt a chill race down his spine. "Yeah, how'd you know?" The clerk sighed and leaned forward slightly, lowering his voice. "A long time ago there was a woman staying on that floor. She had her kids with her. One night she threw herself and the kids off the balcony." Jason felt Lucy grab his arm, her fingers digging into his skin. "Guests sometimes report weird things, like handprints on the windows. People say the place is haunted," the clerk continued, almost apologetically. "Especially that room." Jason and Lucy didn't say a word. They just exchanged a look, a silent agreement forming between them. They checked out the next morning without another glance at room 714. Neither spoke much on the drive home, but the memory of those small handprints stayed with them, unseen but lingering, like ghosts themselves.